What was the most important message Jesus conveyed during Christmas? To answer this question, we must look at the bigger picture of Jesus' life and mission, as well as the core values he brought to humanity. First and foremost, Christmas is a time to commemorate the birth of Jesus in a humble manger in Bethlehem. This not only reflects simplicity, but also delivers a message of humility and compassion. Jesus, though the Son of God, chose to come to humanity in the most ordinary circumstances. He forsook the splendors of heaven to immerse himself in human life, to share and understand the struggles they face. The central message of Christmas is God's unconditional love for humanity. God loved the world so much that he gave his only Son to the world to save everyone. This demonstrates God's boundless sacrifice and compassion. Jesus came to bring hope and light to humanity, helping them overcome the darkness of sin and despair. He came not only to rescue, but also to lead and guide people toward the path of righteousness and truth. Throughout his life, Jesus taught about love and compassion. He taught that we must love our neighbors as ourselves and live in love and unity. His teachings were not merely theoretical, but were demonstrated through concrete actions. He healed the sick, shared bread with the hungry, and forgave those who sinned. These actions were not just miracles, but living proof of his love and compassion. Jesus also taught about forgiveness and mercy. He called on everyone to forgive one another, just as God has forgiven them. Forgiveness is not only an act of kindness, but also a means for people to find true peace and joy. He reminded that no one is perfect, and all people need God's forgiveness and mercy. By forgiving one another, we not only free ourselves from the burden of resentment, but also create opportunities for relationships to be restored and to flourish. Christmas also carries a message of hope and faith. Jesus came to bring light into the darkness, to offer hope to those facing difficulties and challenges. He taught that no matter how harsh life may be, faith and hope will help us overcome all obstacles. His presence in the world is a manifestation of God's love and mercy, and it serves as a source of encouragement to never give up on faith. Jesus also conveyed a message of peace. He said that he gives us peace, unlike the peace of the world. The peace he brings is peace within the soul, peace among people, and peace between humanity and God. He encouraged everyone to live in harmony and reconciliation to build a better and more just world. Christmas is a time to reflect on the sacrifice and devotion of Jesus. He gave up everything to come to humanity, enduring suffering and trials to bring salvation to all. Through this sacrifice, he calls us to also make sacrifices and show devotion in our daily lives. Sacrifice is not only about giving up material things, but also about dedicating time, effort, and love to help and care for those around us. Another important message Jesus conveyed during Christmas is about service. He taught that to be great in the kingdom of God, we must become servants to others. Service is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of strength and patience. Through serving, we not only help those in need, but also find joy and meaning in our own lives. Jesus also emphasized humility. He was born in a humble manger and lived a simple life. His humility is a valuable lesson for all of us, reminding us that true greatness does not come from power or wealth, but from humility and service. He calls us to live a humble life, to be grateful and not arrogant, so that we may find peace and joy in the simple things. Christmas is also a time to reflect on hope and faith. Jesus came to bring light into the darkness, to offer hope to those facing difficulties and challenges. He taught that no matter how harsh life may be, faith and hope will help us overcome all obstacles. His presence in the world is a manifestation of God's love and mercy, and serves as a source of encouragement to never give up on faith. Through the Christmas story, Jesus also teaches us about the importance of family and unity. He was born into a poor family, but one filled with love and care. Family is where we find support and comfort, and it serves as the foundation for building a stable life. Jesus encourages us to cherish and protect the value of family so that we can create a strong and loving community. Additionally, Jesus taught about hospitality and kindness. He calls on us to extend our arms to welcome others, especially the poor and abandoned. Hospitality is not just about opening our homes, but also about opening our hearts to share love and warmth with those in need. Jesus taught that when we do good deeds for others, we are also doing them for Him. During Christmas, Jesus also emphasizes peace and harmony. He is the Prince of Peace, and His birth brings a message of reconciliation and love. He calls us to live in peace with one another, resolving conflicts with love and forgiveness. Peace is not merely the absence of war, but the presence of love and compassion in every relationship. Finally, the most important message Jesus conveyed during Christmas is love. His love is unconditional and never-ending. He loves us regardless of who we are or what we have done. His love is the driving force for us to live better lives, to love and serve others sincerely and wholeheartedly. Jesus came into the world to bring love, hope, and salvation to humanity. He teaches us that life is not just about what we have, but also about what we give. His presence in each person's life is an inspiration to live a meaningful and joyful life. Christmas is a time to reflect on the valuable lessons He brought so that we may live a better and more loving life. Jesus' message is not limited to His teachings, but is also reflected in His actions and His life. When He came into the world, He lived a life entirely different, a life where love, mercy, and forgiveness were always prioritized. His actions, from healing the sick to forgiving sinners, set a new standard for kindness and compassion. One of the key things Jesus emphasized is the importance of education and nurturing the soul. He always taught that we must nourish our souls with love and understanding, live a life in which we constantly learn and expand our knowledge, not only about the world around us, but also about ourselves. A deep understanding of oneself and the world will help us live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Jesus also called us to live in unity and cooperation. He taught that we are part of a larger community, and unity and cooperation are essential to building a better world. Always remember that every action we take impacts those around us, and live responsibly and mindfully. Unity and cooperation not only help us achieve common goals, but also enable us to understand and respect each other's differences. In His message, Jesus also highlighted the importance of listening. He always listened to and understood the pain and struggles of others. He taught that we should also listen and empathize with others, as listening is not only an act of respect, but also a way for us to learn and grow. Listen to the stories and experiences of others to better understand and connect with them. Jesus also encouraged us to live with wisdom and honesty. He taught that the truth will set us free and help us live a pure and upright life. Be truthful and wise, not only with others, but also with yourself. Honesty and integrity help us build genuine and lasting relationships. Throughout His life, Jesus lived by the principles He taught. He was not only a preacher, but also a teacher, a friend, and a leader. His lessons have transcended time and space, becoming a source of inspiration and strength for millions of people around the world. The message of Jesus is not confined to Christmas, but represents eternal values that we can apply to every aspect of life. Finally, Jesus calls us to live a life of gratitude. He taught that gratitude is the foundation of happiness and prosperity. Be grateful for the small things in life, from moments with family and friends to the simple joys of daily life. Gratitude not only makes our lives more beautiful, but also helps us recognize and appreciate the blessings we have received. Remember, the message of Jesus at Christmas is not just about His birth, but also about the values and lessons He brought. Live a life filled with love, compassion, forgiveness, and hope. Let these values guide and uplift us in every aspect of life. Jesus is always by our side, leading and protecting us so that we may live a fulfilling and meaningful life.